Hello, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Rebel Heart's Modern Love. My name is Clenda, for all my first-time listeners here, and today we're going to talk about commitment and what it means, or rather what we think it means automatically when we hear that word somewhere, and what else it could mean. Because I'm trying to find terms or words to describe the kind of connection I'm in. And I mean, I'm dating someone and we're having a no label connection. This is the term I'm settling for now. And then the word, for myself, the word commitment came up, not in the dating context, but in general. I was musing on the term commitment. Because when we say commitment in a relationship, or when we say I'm in a relationship, it usually implies the thing we automatically think this is a long-term aspiring, monogamous, traditional, quote-unquote, classical, quote-unquote relationship. You know? The same thing with commitment. When we say I'm in a committed relationship, I automatically have this pairing of two people. They're aspiring long term. They're planning on settling down, maybe even have a kid or two, and buying a house or whatever. The whole thing monogamous, of course. Cheating's bad. Oh my god, This kind of relationship is the thing, like Disney default relationship. When we say, "Oh, I'm in a relationship," it's automatically, probably, possibly what we have in mind. The same when we say I'm in a committed relationship, it possibly, probably is the same kind of relationship that we have in mind. And I thought it was very funny because what does the word commitment even mean? In this context of a committed relationship, it means that, when we say we're in a committed thing, it means that we're committed to spending time with this person, that we're committed to make it work, that we're committed to invest our energy, time, and whatever, all these things. And I feel that this word belongs to this kind of relationship, usually. That whenever I say I'm not in a committed, classical, monogamous, long-term aspiring relationship, but I'm dating someone, or when people say, "Oh, I'm dating several guys, I'm dating several people, I'm dating non-exclusively, non-monogamously," it's the thought that, oh, this person has commitment issues is so close, don't you think? Whenever we meet people and whenever I say, I don't plan on settling down, I'm not ever gonna have children, I'm not getting married, and I don't want to have a house to settle down in. Monogamy is not 100% soul aligned with me. I love dating, and people could easily say, oh, she has commitment issues, and I'd be like, that is not the case. Because, I'm an entrepreneur. And whenever all of you who are having their own business or are artists, having their own business, commitment is what keeps us going. Commitment is what keeps this ship afloat. So no, I'm running my own business. I'm having my own artwork out there. I don't have commitment issues because without commitment, you cannot have your own business. So I'm saying I don't have commitment issues, and still I'm not in this traditional Disney style relationship. But somehow it feels to me that the word commitment belongs to this kind of relationship. The thing is, I'm dating a guy, and we've been dating for 6 months now, but like I said, I would call it the label I would put on it, if I was forced to do so, would be we're in a no label connection, but the thing is, we've been dating for a half a year, and we're both so on the same page about not wanting children, not wanting to like have this direction in which this connection has to go, or else, you know, like we're not having this plan or this straightforward direction to settle down or get married or whatever the fuck, you know. But we're on the same page about how we feel about each other because we talk about that. Also, we're on the same page about like how we want to do relationships or connections, you know. And we let this connection be what it wants to be, what it can be. Because we are not epic cosmic loves for each other, but we're so good for each other right now. And we're totally committed to that. You see, like I remember within the first 1 or 2 months of us meeting and dating, he asked me if I'm like into us spending more time with each other, you know, in general, like if I feel like I want to invest time and energy in this. And I'm like, yeah, I want to, because I like him. We have a good time. We talk openly. We can confide in each other. And yes, for some people this might seem, oh yeah, no, you're in a committed relationship. Like, no, we're not, because it has nothing to do with this directional thing that we connect to these traditional kinds of relationships, you know. Also, what we have, it lacks these rules and conditions that apply within a monogamous, long-term, aspiring relationship. Like, I don't go to his family events. He doesn't go to my family events. I could ask him if I wanted to, but there are no expectations around this, you know? Like, I'm invited to one of my best friend's birthday parties, and I can choose whether or not I'm asking the guy I'm dating to join me, but he wouldn't expect that. And I'm not like obligated to ask him. It's just like he isn't obligated to ask me to, like, I'm not tagging along by default. Just like he is not expected to tag along by default, because these are exactly the kinds of rules and conditions, I think, that are expected in a monogamous, long-term, aspiring relationship. But we don't do that because we have our individual lives, but we are interconnected. And it feels so liberating and it feels so good because of the kind of connection we have, because we're not epic, cosmic love connections, but we're us, and us at this moment in time. And we're good for each other in this very moment. And we're also committed, even though we're not in the classical long-term aspiring monogamous relationship. And this is what I say, like, because it's so easy, and people get shamed so easily when they're not going down the road of like what we know relationships to be, or quote unquote should look like. When you want to have your life together, you know, when you want to have your shit together, you have to be in a monogamous, long-term, aspiring relationship, plan on settling down, making plans for the future, children in the mix, whatever. And if you don't do that, if you're just like dating and blah, 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 and here dating, but it's not that quote unquote serious, you're not planning to go long-term, then it's implied, oh, you don't have your shit together, or you have commitment issues. But that is not the case. And I want to just open up the conversation, because there is this default setting that is still so ingrained in our minds and in the way we do dating and approach relationships or connections in general. And whatever walks outside of these narrow lanes, it it gets shamed or at least called names like commitment issues or not having your life together or once you grow up, like immature. It's unfortunately, it's still a thing. There are people who don't like follow the conventional road. There's still like a little condescension at least. But thing is, and this is why I love shedding new perspectives on these things, I'm fucking committed in general in my life with the things that mean something to me, like my art, like my business. I'm committed to that, so I can't by default have commitment issues. I'm also committed to the guy I'm dating. Like, I'm committed to invest time and spend time together and have a good time. Like, I'm committed to this connection, but I'm not in a long-term aspiring relationship with him, because the word commitment has nothing to do with this kind of connection. But we assume that it only belongs to this kind of relationship, the monogamous relationship, but it doesn't. You can be committed in all kinds of connections, for fuck's sake, I can say that I'm so fucking committed to dating 6 guys at a time. I'm committed to that. So if I said all of a sudden, oh no, I'm just dating 1 guy, I would say, like, I'm not committed to what I actually want. If you put it that way, that's an extreme way. But you can be committed, and it's not about the kind of relationship you're in. Commitment is not about the relationship. It's more about who you are and how important something is to you and how much time you choose to invest in that, whatever it is, either a relationship or a connection or a business or a friendship or whatever, So whenever you hear someone say, I'm in a committed relationship, ask what kind of relationship that actually is. To just start untangling the word commitment as the word commitment to and this classical Disney kind of relationship, because Disney relationship and commitment, they're not inseparable. You can be committed to dating. You can be committed to casual dating. If you say, right now in this moment in time, the rightest thing for me is casual dating, and I'm so committed to my needs and my desires right now, this is the only right thing for me is casual dating, and you go for that, then you're fucking committed. Because it's not about being committed to someone else. It's most and foremost about being committed to your own needs, to your own desires, to your own soul alignment, whatever it is that's good for you right now. And it can change, like in 2 years or something. 2 years, it can be you're committed to having 3 husbands, and then you go for that. Just that. Jesus, should have brought some water here, but we're done anyway. So there was just a short riff on the word commitment and how we by default interpret it, but what it actually means. And commitment, most and foremost, is about being true to yourself.